All right, it is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Today we're doing a deep dive into the London property market. We're looking at a blog post from the estate agency Anderson Rills, and the question they're asking is pretty direct.
Yeah.
Is the London property market still a good investment in 2026? And, with interest rates all over the place, it feels like a very tricky question to answer right now.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's not a simple yes or no anymore. The whole feel of the market has changed.
How so?
Well, we aren't seeing those huge double-digit gains we saw a few years back. If you're looking for that kind of rapid, speculative growth, you're probably looking in the wrong place.
Okay, so that's what jumped out at me in the report. They use the word resilient. But I have to play devil's advocate here. In property speak, is resilient just a polite way of saying stagnant?
That's a fair question, a very fair question, but I think it's more about a price floor than a ceiling. Anderson Rose argues that even with all the global economic noise, London has these three sort of structural pillars. These pillars are, preventing a real slide. You've got the constant supply shortage in zones 1 and 2.
The classic problem.
Exactly. Then there's a sustained international demand, and of course, London's reputation as a safe haven asset. They're not creating explosive growth, but they are protecting value.
So the get-rich-quick flippers have basically left the building.
For the most part, yes, which leaves the market to the long-term players. And that completely changes the kind of person who's buying. The report calls them considered and value-driven.
Which is a nice way of saying they're incredibly picky.
Incredibly picky is probably a better way to put it, yeah. The days of panic buying anything with a London postcode are they're over.
Right.
Buyers now are taking their time, and their whole checklist has shifted from what will this be worth in 2 years to how good is my life going to be in it tomorrow.
I saw that in the details. Of course, location still matters, but the big emphasis was on quality of finish and natural light. It feels like people are paying a premium specifically to avoid any hassle.
That's it, exactly. The turnkey premium is a very real thing in 2026. Renovations are expensive, they're stressful, so buyers are really targeting homes that feel, ready to live in.
So if a property needs imagination, it just sits there.
It sits. But if it offers an immediate lifestyle upgrade, it moves. And that's what Anderson Rose is saying. They're marketing lifestyles now, not just floor plans.
This whole obsession with avoiding risk, it brings me to that kind of wild detail in the source about celeb home swap shops. At first, it just sounds like gossip. But it's actually a perfect example of this trend, isn't it?
It's the ultimate version of it. You have these high net worth people, sports stars, actors who prefer to buy from each other off market. It's not just about the nice kitchen.
It's about the security, the privacy.
Exactly. They are buying a home where the lifestyle has been stress tested by someone on their level. It's the ultimate turnkey purchase, a guarantee that the property just works.
Okay, so for those of us who don't have a Premier League footballer's budget, where does that leave us?
Yeah.
The report seems to suggest there's a window of opportunity right now.
The opportunity is in the power dynamic. Because that speculative frenzy is gone, there's just less competition.
Right.
And sellers who are listing their homes right now are generally serious. They need to sell. And that means more realistic pricing.
And the ability to actually negotiate.
Exactly. You can take a few weeks to make a decision, not a few minutes. You can push back a little. For a buyer with a 5 or 10-year plan, entering a quiet market is often much smarter than jumping into a hot one.
It's that classic contrarian idea.
Oh.
Buy when things are a bit boring. But here's a final thought to leave you with.
Okay.
We've established that the whole market is basically fighting over this perfect, light-filled, ready-to-move-in property. The premium on those homes must be huge.
It is, yes. It's significant.
So, if everyone is terrified of renovations in 2026, does that mean the really smart money is actually doing the complete opposite? Is the fixer-upper dead? Or is it secretly the only place left to find real value because no one else has the stomach for it anymore?
Now, that is the big question. If you have the patience and the right team, the margins on those unloved properties might be better than they've been in a decade.
Something to mull over. That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.